Peace. With the hair grease. Alright, this video right here is a video tapping in on positivity. You know what I mean? People always like, how you come from that lifestyle that you came from, gang banging, and just, you know, the things that come with the lifestyle that I come from. And they be like, how do you remain positive all the time? For one, just because of the lifestyle that I came from doesn't mean that I was a negative person, or the people that's of that lifestyle that I've overcame. It doesn't mean that all of them are negative. It doesn't mean that where someone's at right now, they're not wanting to be, and they're making plans on getting up out of there. You know what I mean? So we can't just judge a book by its cover, like literally. But to answer that question, like, negativity is something people really don't tap into. And without negativity, it would be no positivity, literally. It would be nothing positive if it was no negativity. If it was just negativity, positivity wouldn't exist. They complement each other, and you can tap into this. No, I'm not saying like it's good to be negative, be a negative person, but I'm also saying don't beat up on yourself when you do find yourself in negative times, or being a negative person at that moment, or calculating someone's negativity. What's wrong with that picture would be staying negative, staying in that mind frame, staying in that low level of energy, if that's what you want. But leave your car running all night, or don't even have just turn the key. Let that sit for a minute. Let your battery drain. Go get a jump by somebody. Show me where you can get a jump with just using positive energy. Show me just using the positive part on both sides of the cars that's exchanging energies. You're not gonna get anywhere. It needs a positive and a negative charge. So, like I'm saying, like, don't beat up on yourself for the times that you do find yourself in a negative ass mood or a low ass mood. You got to get up out of it. That's the whole thing. And let me tell you this: to be positive, to be a positive person, this is something that your motivational speaker is not going to tell you, that you're paying to go see or listen to. They're not going to tell you that they're not always positive. They're not always the positive person in the building. Like, they're not always overcoming their ego or not letting the subconscious creep in, because they are having a human experience. So that's where the weakness come in the physical form. So the thing about a person that's always appearing positive is they always fighting negative things. They always thinking about what they're going to say before they say it. Or when someone approaches them with negativity, they try to think about how they're going to handle it. Why? Because they're thinking about the reaction. Every action is a reaction. That's how I'm staying positive. If I do this, this is going to happen. If that happens, I might do this. Or these people going to come in if I do this. Or my people, it's always something outside of yourself when it's a negative action in play. Or when it's a positive action in play, it's always touching something outside of yourself as well, because we're all oneness. So like when you somewhere or going through it, or around your spouse, family, friends, situation, environment, I have you like on some other stuff, you gotta get away. You gotta figure out how you can separate yourself to protect yourself. Sometimes you gotta separate to protect yourself. That doesn't mean stay gone and not come back. That means separate yourself, come in tune with yourself, ground yourself, and get back ready for the next thing that's coming. Breathe is mostly the important thing about staying positive, staying focused, staying conscious. Is the nowness of breathing. Let me breathe this in before I speak on this. Let me breathe while I'm listening to this. But like keeping your thoughts positive is like something that you're gonna have to practice, and then the universe, and then the creator, and then the oneness, and then this physical human experience that you're going through in life gonna show the most positive person that they might not be as strong as they think they are. Me, like my environment, the things that I've been going through lately has caused me to become like a negative kind of speaking person when it's coming back to me. Not to everybody, but to like me and a few people have been going back and forth with negativity. And normally I separate myself from it, but I've been like becoming the me that I thought I shared it. Like trying to get the last word, getting back with a hateful, you know what I mean? I can't even think of a hateful word. Hate with somebody kicking it back at me. We just going back and forth until I have to be conscious. Like, I'm tripping. Let me get out of there. And by the time you get out of there, it's going to be too late to apologize because you done said some hurtful stuff. And if you're in tune with yourself, which makes you in tune with everything around you, when you get to yourself and you think about the reflection of that negative act that you did, it's gonna make you feel a certain kind of way. Excuse me, you're gonna feel it in your gut. You're gonna feel it in your heart. You know what I mean? And you're gonna be like, you're gonna feel kind of down and be disappointed in the person that you just displayed. And that's a sign of you always growing, being compassionate. And if you gotta keep doing it, you're gonna have to keep doing it. As long as you keep feeling, you gotta keep staying on it. Now, once you start to be hateful and be negative and you don't feel it and you're just comfortable with being that person, that's when something's wrong. So the whole thing to do is stay reflecting on you becoming a better person and not being so quick to react to bullshit. Like, the more you make a mistake on perfecting yourself, the more you're gonna be able to perfect yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and sometimes we can beat up on ourselves so much. Like, when you do be on some foul shit, and you will seek forgiveness from the person that you hurt their feelings or something, you seek forgiveness, boom. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what they saying. They half-ass forgive you, but they say they forgive you. So they half-ass forgiveness, for them not fully forgiving you, that they're displaying to make you be like, man, you still feel bad because you don't fully get the forgiveness of the person that you hurt. But in true reality and actuality and spirituality, the laws of forgiveness is, which a whole law to forgiveness is laws to everything. Like, not the police laws, the government laws, but the laws of life, nature. You know what I mean? Where I'm at now, what you hear. So, the law of forgiveness is, yes, seek forgiveness from the one you hurt. But before you do that, you seek forgiveness from yourself. You gotta forgive. Everything starts with self. You gotta be like, man, all right, you was foul. You did that. All right, what can you do? You can't erase it. You can't take those words back. All right, you forgive yourself. Wait, excuse me. All right, you're not gonna do that again. You don't like how that feels to you because you feel how you made that person feel. This is the things that's kind of like you having this talk to yourself in your mind. And so you seek forgiveness. So you've been forgiven. It's what you tell yourself. Forgive yourself. And then you seek forgiveness from the person wholeheartedly. Please forgive me. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I apologize. Not I'm sorry, I apologize. Forgive me, I was out of body. I wasn't me. I was, you know what I mean? Whatever you was, and sincerely be no excuses, but seek forgiveness. And whether that, if that person forgives you or not, the laws of nature, of karma, is you've been forgiven. The reason why I say karma is because if you truly felt bad or felt the experience of what you made the other person feel, you won't have to go through feeling that, going through the cycle of you feeling what you felt because you felt it when you visualized it and it hurt and you don't want to do that again. So you don't have to go through it physically because you went through it spiritually. That's how the laws of karma work. Karma is only to be taught. Like if you have some kind of ill karma coming to you, it's only to learn from that experience, not to do it again. It's not for anything else but to teach a lesson. So like if you learned the lesson from the same way that it will physically make you learn from it, if you learned it through the mind and and you felt it through your intuition and being an empath, being an empathic being and not being apathic. So you felt it, you don't have to go through it again, so you don't seek forgiveness and everything. And then you seek forgiveness for that person, and then you forgive yourself, and then you turn the negative into a positive. You don't, because you can sit there in a negative manner, that person might not forgive you, and that might make you even more negative. Well, fuck you too, and it causes a boom, boom, boom. But once you done forgave yourself and done seek forgiveness spiritually to that person, and then you carried it out verbally, you've been forgiven. And if you can go somewhere in nature and say it where it echoes, that's the universe returning back. You've been forgiven. So but there's no light without darkness. You got to be in the darkness to appreciate the light. Sometimes the light be on too much and you can't, and you want darkness, you want shade. So you got to appreciate the shade. The moon follows the sun follows the moon. And they both have kinetic energies that we powered up on. You feel what I mean? Like, don't be down on yourself when you be a negative person. You turn the negative into a positive, and you keep pushing. And you admit you don't have to admit it to anyone but to yourself. And the party that's going through it, some people will go to social media and telling what they done did or telling what the next person done did. Or sometimes go on social media more times and not slandering the other party or whatever. And sometimes, like, people really don't even give a fuck. They just, because they really going through something too, but they're not even posting it. They're sitting there like, look, see, I told you, showing other people through examples of what you on there doing. And then at the end of the day, you're going to have to come back to this person because the social media people ain't real. They buying social media and shutting them down every day. So love the ones who love you, be connected, and seek forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be apart to come together. When you come together, appreciate each other and learn from what y'all was separating from. And that's friendship, that's family, that's loved ones, that's spouses, that's kids, that's parents, that's life, that's evolution. And that's the message, man. Peace, subscribe me, man. I ain't really talking to myself. I got 2K subscribers, so we know you out there, and this is YouTube speaking. I'm not even speaking on Facebook, but subscribe me. The homie 9 for the music, Nina Capina, and then the elevation room at YouTube so we can grow. Peace.